So in my last video I made on this topic a couple of months ago, I just had one question for women, and that was, why do many of you choose to wear revealing clothes to the gym? Now, when I asked that, it should have been an obvious rhetorical question because I think many of us know the answer, and that is because women just do it for attention. And many women will always stand by the answers of they see it as a source of empowerment, and wearing those revealing clothes just makes them feel more comfortable in the gym when they're working out. Now, I said this in the other video and I'll say it again, but me personally, I don't see it in that way because I think that if you have to dress a certain way and you know that you're going to get attention by wearing pretty much nothing, then that's more of an insecurity, because I feel that many women should be more confident in themselves to know that they shouldn't have to dress that way to get attention. And then many of you might be asking, well, Kat, why do you care so much about what women wear to the gym anyway? And it's not really that I care about the clothes, even though I will admit that some of these outfits have been getting wild, but it's more so when women will try to gaslight others and say, I'm not doing it for attention, I'm not doing it for anybody, I'm just doing it for myself. And sorry, not sorry, but I'm not buying into it. Men aren't buying into it. And even women aren't as well. I mean, just ask a woman like Jedediah Bila, who always says, if women want to show up to the gym wearing a literal swimsuit, then that's their prerogative. But the thing is, it's only about when women lie is when it gets to be a real issue. Because hey, I'll even admit, a lot of these women actually look really good. And I'm honestly jealous of the 6-pack abs some of y'all got going on, because that's what I've been trying so hard to work for these past couple of months. But you're gonna tell people that when you go to the gym dressed like this, with a full face of makeup on, and then setting out your tripod to record, that you're not doing it for attention. And I think another reason I felt so compelled to make this video was because I wanted to talk about gym culture and just how toxic I think it's become, to the point where, you know, it seems like people don't even make working out a priority anymore. It seems like they go to the gym just to make it a competition, like who can wear the best looking clothes or brands. And then you see people who are more concerned about just taking selfies and then setting up their tripods and recording just to create content for their social media. And for me personally, I think that recording in the gym should be banned, because I think it makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable when they might be in the background of a person's shot and also having to tiptoe around these people's cameras. But then, you know, you have those worst type of recorders that are the women who come to the gym and set up their camera to intentionally try to get a man just glancing in their direction so they can call them a creep and then proceed to post it on their TikTok. Because I will always remember that video of that girl who was recording herself and she was taking off her shirt, and then I think the owner of the gym just glanced in her direction, and then she started yelling at him like, you know, do you have a problem? You know, that's what I thought, you know, just keep it pushing. And just the delusion is just off the charts. And I think that's another good reason of why recording should be banned in the gym, because people, especially men, are at risk of being recorded if they just glance in a woman's direction, and oh my gosh, just forbid they say hi to a woman, because she's going to take out her phone and probably start yelling at him and call him a creep. I will say that yes, there are men in the gym who can be creeps. But for the most part, a lot of these videos that I've seen of women making those TikToks accusing men of being creeps, they are just either glancing in their direction or they're just in their proximity, and they look very comfortable, like, with whatever they're doing. And I just think that the women want to believe so bad, just to get that ego boost, that, you know, the man is like trying to come up and talk to her. Because, you know, I had a little observation at my gym tonight, and I'm sure as other people do, you know, just people watching. But I noticed that there were some girls who were wearing the skin tight leggings, the two-piece bodysuits, and there were guys who were in their proximity and they were just on their phones looking down the whole time, and they were just completely focused on what they were doing. I mean, even when girls in skin tight clothes would walk by them, they didn't pay any mind to them at all. And at a certain point, I actually started thinking, well, maybe some of them who were in her proximity were just looking down because they just were not trying to, you know, catch a glance at her just so she can go ahead and, you know, call them a creep. And women will also say the classic line of, oh my gosh, why are all these men like staring at me so much in the gym? And then it's like, first of all, just stop, because you know what you're doing. Stop acting so surprised. And just people in general, men and women, are going to look at a person and stare at them if you come to a place wearing a literal swimsuit. I am actually urging women in the comments to try and change my mind and give me a legitimate reason other than saying empowerment or feeling comfortable for the reason of why you wear revealing clothes to the gym. Because, you know, I was also thinking, why is it so bad for women to just admit that we love attention, especially if it's from a man? Because again, nobody's falling for this wearing a tube top and booty shorts with a full face of makeup to the gym just for yourself. I'm sorry. But, you know, like I said, I believe that people can wear whatever they want because they have the right to, but you shouldn't be surprised when other people have something to say about it, because it's their right as well, their freedom of speech. And, you know, I also wanted to make this one last point. If you really pay attention to what women wear at certain times in the gym, like say if they're wearing baggy sweatpants in the morning and a sweatshirt, compared to when they're wearing like their, you know, tube top and booty shorts at night, they know when the men they like are coming or who they find attractive. And again, like, they say that they're not dressing for them, but they know that they are. So yeah, at the end of it all, just women, please stop lying. Please stop gaslighting and trying to pull the wool over people's eyes about the gym clothes, because nobody is falling for it. And, you know, I also have to say that what we wear really says a lot about who we are as a person. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and as always, I'm very interested to hear your thoughts and comments on the topics I talk about. But other than that, I hope y'all stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.